Hi guys, Ryan from Mechanic.com.au, Australia's #1 mechanic community. And today we're going to run over some of the terminology we commonly use when it comes to scan tools. Now if you're already familiar with these, great. If not, hopefully this will help your diagnostics make a little more sense. Generic diagnostics refer to the mandated data we receive from every OBD2 compliant vehicle. This is the data most budget code checkers use and can be accessed on most high-level scan tools by selecting global, generic or standard diagnosis, without the need to select the vehicle type. Enhanced diagnostics refers to the manufacturer-specific diagnostics that we use 99% of the time. Most good scan tools can access both of these data sets, and it's important to check both when diagnosing faults, as you may get different data from each data set. Sometimes called a parameter ID or PIDs, are a value transmitted to our scan tool and shown in current or live data, like air temperature or throttle position. On most scan tools we can pick how many PIDs we want to display at a given time, and it's handy to know the less PIDs that you select, the easier it will be to pick up intermittent problems, especially with graphing. The reason for this is the less data we request at a given time, the faster the refresh rate is on our scan tool and we get a clearer picture of what's going on. This one's fairly self-explanatory, a PID value that's not true, and sometimes it's not obvious. This can happen due to incorrect vehicle or control unit identification, scan tool programming, or sometimes when an ECU sees a sensor fail, it will substitute the value for what it thinks is correct. This is great for keeping a system running, but not so great for our diagnostics. The good news is, this can only ever happen when dealing with enhanced diagnostics. If you're watching live data for generic diagnostics, the values that you see are what the ECU is seeing. This is a requirement of OBD2. Hard codes and soft codes refer to whether or not a fault code logs straight after we clear it. Most hard fault codes that log straight away are generally monitored by the comprehensive component monitor, which we talk about more in our video on monitors. Soft codes take some time to return, and this can be for a number of reasons. Pending codes and mature codes are what we call graduating codes. In many systems, an ECU must see a fault occur twice before it logs a fault code and possibly brings on a check light. After the fault occurs the first time, we store a pending code. When the fault occurs a second time, this graduates to a mature code. Freezeframe data is a screenshot of the PIDs at the time a fault code is logged, used to help us recreate the conditions to get the fault to occur again. Freezeframe data is only required to be logged in the ECU if the fault code affects emissions. Now it's important to note that freezeframe data displayed when a fault code is logged is from the time the pending code was logged, not when it graduated to a mature code. So if your customer tells you the check engine light came on 2 minutes after they started the car in the morning, but your freezeframe PIDs say the coolant temperature was 100 degrees, this is why. For more information about the conditions required to set and clear codes, check out our article linked below.